YouTube, how's it freaking going? It's your boy Chris Brad Chico. Today's Monday of the workout week. I always say that, but you know, kind of Tuesday. But yesterday in Canada, at least, was Family Day. So I hope you guys took some time, if you live in Canada, but in general, you guys should take some time to let your family know you love them and spend some time with them. You know, put on a movie, get a workout in with them. That would be the most ideal. Do whatever, spend some time with them because time is limited, ladies and gentlemen. So you got to spend it doing the things you need to do. And also you should do, which is, of course, spending time with family, because you are going to regret that, you know, when you pass away, which, I mean, I don't mean to be a naysayer or whatever, but you will pass away one day, guys. So you got to make every moment count and spend every day doing things that are bettering you. And one of which is spending time with your loved ones. So, of course, you want to do that, spend some time with them, let them know you love them. I have been getting a decent amount of hate, and that's kind of typical because, like, when you guys post online, more people go out of their way to hate than they do to appreciate and support, which is just, you know, the way it is, right? The way people support is by watching it, and don't think I'm knocking at it at all. I appreciate every single one of you guys for your support. However, there is a lot more negative comments than there's positive comments. However, I keep saying however. There is lessons to be learned in these sorts of things. So I do look at the way that people talk to me, because sometimes it's feedback, right? And sometimes it's just people flashing their insecurities on me. One of which was I posted a video of me and Shahir flexing, and I wasn't too sure about the muscles being flexed. So, you know, a lot of people were calling me out on that. It's like, bro doesn't know what he's saying. How could bro teach him how to pose or anything like that? First things first, I'm not a coach, okay? I'm not a posing coach specific. I am in the process of becoming a personal trainer. However, I'm not a certified personal trainer, so I'm not any of those things. I'm just a guy who likes a natural guy who likes to lift weights and become better and become a better version of myself. So that's just kind of the philosophy around there. So, I mean, the things that I tell you guys are, of course, things that I have learned over my experience and, you know, things that I have heard and all that sorts of stuff that I've implemented into mine. Everything I tell you guys, I implement into my own workouts too. Better myself, of course, and also because I don't want to come in with information that I don't know, right? I mean, you could learn shit, but learning it from actually doing it's the best way to learn it. But needless to say, these comments on that post were telling me about how I'm not sure about posing, and you know what? It's that type of hate that I don't view as hate. And, you know, I could view it as hate, more so feedback, and that's what I need, feedback such as that. So I looked at that feedback and I'm like, okay, so, you know, I got to get more acquainted with the muscle groups, right? Because when he was flexing his lats, I wasn't sure. I think I said deltoids or sorry, traps, and I said trap or lats. Wow, I'm changing up the words here. But yeah, you know, he was flexing a muscle and I said a different muscle than what he was actually flexing. And what that teaches me is I got to get more acquainted with the muscles that are being flexed and, you know, more get a depiction of where they are and all that sorts of stuff. So of course, you know, you live and you learn and you become better. But I just want to say a special shout out to number one, all you guys supporting me, because at the time of this recording, I have 781 subscribers. I said 481. It's just crazy to think how much growth we have, guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys, but I also appreciate the people that go out of their way to give me kind of constructive criticism, right? It can be viewed as hate, but in this case, it's more of a constructive criticism where I can learn from. So I appreciate you guys who commented on there telling me about that, because I will learn it and I will become better. And of course, I am not a God all-knowing person. I am someone who learns and becomes better, and that's all I look for, which you guys should too. But enough chit-chat, guys. It's gym time. You know, I always hate when I pull up to the gym and there's like no parking spots, so I have to park like super far away. And like, I pack quite a lot of shit in my bag, so when I have to carry my bag, it's pretty heavy. But it's definitely a first world problem. There's definitely bigger issues out there. But anyways, we're moving to our first exercise, which is gonna be the compound. We're gonna be doing the overhead press with the barbell. Today's 3 reps. Now last week I looked. Also a side note, always write down your weights. That way you could progressive overload them. And you have more of a baseline understanding of what you did. I used to, like, honestly, I haven't really written down my weights until I started this program. And it's been a lot better to track. And I've also been I've been able to progressive overload a lot easier. And obviously, if you're trying to get stronger, that is what you should be aiming to do. Increasing the weight, reps, volume, limit your rest, or whatever the case may be. Whatever needs to be done in order to progressive overload. But the bottom line is just increasing or in the fact of resting, decreasing. Just want to make your sets harder, all right? And that's the name of the game. But last week I did 175, so this week I'm gonna do 180. Because I know with the 175, it was quite a struggle. And then like it always is, it's always a freaking struggle to get the weight up because you got to get really under it and then kind of explode up. But once I have the weight up, I definitely feel like that's like, you know, the easiest for me, right? And I feel like that's for everyone. But once you get the weight up, then you're able to bang out the reps a lot easier. I really like this exercise. I always used to do it sitting down, but I do like this because I know it helps with your spine as well. Kind of helps with your posture. So you're having a weight overhead. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. When you're doing this, you don't want to keep it in front of your face when you're at that full extension. You want your kind of like push your chest forward a bit and you want it directly over your head. That way you're emphasizing the full shoulders rather than just the front portion, right? Because when you're pushing with just the front, it gets in the way. But I mean, it's kind of hard to do that. That's why dumbbells are probably the most optimal shoulder exercise. However, this is definitely a good exercise, good compound movement, right? And it helps with your bench press. So I want to work on this as much as I can. But enough said, let's get into this for news for 3 reps. Hopefully we can get it up. That came up pretty easy, to be honest with you. Definitely gonna need to work on getting it a little bit more down. I feel like it's coming more towards my glasses rather than as deep as I really want it. But I know once I get to a certain point, I'm probably not gonna be able to lift it up in full extension. And I'm doing it safely, of course, as well. I mean, when you're at that 3 rep range, you are lifting quite heavy, so there is gonna be that factor of you losing form throughout your reps. But you gotta make sure that once you start losing form to the point where it's kind of like in a way gonna injure you, then you need to stop, right? So shouldn't go till failure per se, but you should go till when you feel like your form's gonna start to alter, because especially with this sort of weight and all that sort of stuff, you have a high likelihood of injuring yourself if you're doing it incorrectly. So just remember that. But we're gonna do this for 2 more sets. Okay, I just realized that today's actually day 23. Well, I didn't realize that now, but today's day 23 of the IMPETUS Strength Program, which means that we got 1 more day after today for week number 3, and then we got 1 whole week. And we're back to the normal gym routine, which is kind of just randomizing, which I do like. Actually, I do like the randomizing aspect. I've said it before in terms of like following a program. Sometimes the things that you want to use are in use, or rather the things that you have set up for your program are in use. And it might be even, you know, like your last set. And like, for example, let's say I want to hit bench press. Like it's all taken and shit. So like I'm kind of struggling and, you know, I want to keep up the bench press because I'm trying to get better at it. So it's kind of why like the specific exercises that I really want to improve on when I'm doing a program, I like to target first. That way, if they're not accessible, then I can work around it and then, you know, ask how much more sets does someone have and work around that, you know what I mean? Rather than waiting on the last set and then being like, fuck, it's taken. But I'm gonna be doing rope-based cable pose. Now, typically I do this at the end of the workout. However, today I got blessed and the machine was open, or rather the cables were open along with the rope. Now, I do recommend if you have access to 2 ropes, 2 of these, use 2 of these. Pull it to one side similar to this, and then that way you can get more range of motion. Because when you have this sort of thing, it kind of limits how far you can go. It's just smaller. So if you have 2 of these, definitely more optimal. But that's a rarity. It's already a rarity just to get 1. So, I mean, I'll take what I can get, right? I don't own a gym. I'm not going to sit here and bitch about things that I don't have control over. We're just going to make do with what we have. So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna go into face shrugs, or rather face shrugs, rope face cable pose, and then we're gonna go right into dumbbell shrugs. Now remember, with dumbbell shrugs, a lot of people like picking up them super heavy weights and just going like this. I ain't doing shit for you, man. It's all about controlling it. And unfortunately, the lighting here is pretty poor. I can tell I'm pretty fucking dark from what I see, but we make do with what we got. So we're gonna get this shit done. We're gonna do 10 reps today. 10 reps. Oh, 8 reps. No, 10 reps, 10 reps. I lied. We actually have 2 more weeks. We had the deload week as well. So we are only halfway through the second rotation. So we got 2 more weeks. Then we're back to normal. But I did do the plank prior to coming here. I did the plank with a 45 on my back. Same thing I did last week. However, I increased the time from 1 minute 15 to 1 minute 20. It's kind of hard to get a good angle when I'm doing the planks. And I mean, I don't really think you guys want to watch me laying down doing a plank for that amount of time, like a minute 20. It is hard though. Definitely incorporate planks. I don't see a lot of people doing planks. I guess they do it on their own time and they don't really record it, but planks are fucking super sick. I think it's one of the best exercises you can do for your abs. Not the best, but one of the better ones. Definitely something to encompass and it's a lot more, you know, it's one of those exercises that's pretty impressive. You can hold a long plank, right? Similarly, it's like a bench press and shit. I'm talking too much, but a bench press isn't the most optimal exercise for your chest, to be honest. Like if I was to compare bench press with a barbell versus like a dumbbell press, I would go with the dumbbell press. More range of motion, deeper you get on your chest, the more, well, to a certain extent, but the deeper you can get, the more you're gonna be able to gain muscle on your chest. So if you can only choose between those two, definitely dumbbells. Similarly, you want to get those planks in still, but let's get this shit done. Seven, 8, 9, 10. A lot of people like to actually put the cable itself all the way at the top, but you don't have to do that. Honestly, when I set it up, I only put this portion of it where the actual cable is to where about my head level is, because I am going to bend my knees a bit so I can get a little low into it. That way I still have that like downwards motion. However, when you're at the top there, I don't think it's the most optimal. I definitely, kind of a little thing I've learned, to put it more at your head level rather than at the top, but we're gonna get those dumbbell shrugs out. Last week I did the 85s, this week or rather 80s I think. I think I did 80s, maybe 85s, but I'm gonna give the 90s a spin today. If I feel like the form's being compromised, and I'm not gonna lift this weight. But let's get this shit done. I feel like I control those 90s pretty well, but it's a good thing I'm recording. That way I can go back, review the footage to see if I was actually doing it the way I want to, which is holding it for 3 seconds at the top, then bringing it down, controlling it throughout, and obviously contracting the traps, because that's the name of the game for this. That's what I'm trying to hit. But pump covers made a return. Definitely would have been a good exercise to take off the pump cover. This one always gives you a good pump. But enough said, we got 2 more sets. We're gonna get this shit done. Now this one is probably one of my like fucking least favorite ab supersets. But typically when it's my least favorite, it's probably one of the most optimal. I hate it when it fucking hurts. Ab fucking soreness when you're doing exercises is probably one of the worst. That or legs. I feel like with legs, you like fatigue all around. Especially when I'm doing lunges, but abs are definitely up there. Hate it when my abs are burning. I'm just curious though, how many hours of sleep do you guys typically get? Because your boy's been kind of struggling, right? Because I am doing my personal training course. It's got a lot of things on my plate. So I'm kind of struggling with whether or not I should be getting 6 or 7 hours of sleep. Because I want more time in the day to do the things that I need to do. However, I also realize that sleep's so like crucial, right? Like when you're older, like sleep is one of the factors that like keep you alive, right? You need to let your body rest, especially when you're working out excessively and you're really pushing yourself, which is what you guys should be doing if you're at the gym. We don't half-ass it here. Then you definitely need to get optimal sleep. So I'm trying to like figure out, now everyone's body's different, but I know like they averagely say like 6 to 8. It kind of depends on the person. Like there's no specific amount of time a person needs to sleep, but they say to aim for about the 6 to 8 and just see how your body really feels. Like sometimes I sleep for like 8 hours plus. I know there's a thing is oversleeping, but sometimes I'll sleep for like 9 hours and I'll be tired still. But I guess it's kind of the quality of sleep too, right? Definitely like blue light factors and shit like that. So definitely something to keep an eye on. I definitely want to start tracking my sleep. Then we get more of a grasp on how, you know, everything all around health-wise is going. Diet, sleep, recovery, all that sorts of stuff. Because sleep is definitely important. You know what I mean? You sleep for 8 hours a day. You do the math. It's like, what is that? 8 times... I'm not gonna do the math. 8 times 30, whatever the heck that is. I don't want to do the math right now. I definitely can figure it out. I'm definitely a mathematician. But I don't want to sit here just fucking with a blank stare trying to figure it out. But there's like a lot of hours, like you sleep quite a lot in your lifetime, right? Like years, right? So you want to make sure that you're getting the right sleep and you're not just fucking, you know, kind of half-assing it. Because, you know, sleep, like I said, is just as important as actually working out. Recovery in general is just as important as working out. So if you're working out, you got to make sure you're taking everything serious, including your diet, including your rest, recovery, all that sorts of stuff. But enough said, let's get this set done. I think I'm going to increase this to 30. think I did 30 actually. Let me see. Fuck it. We're gonna do 35 of the not Roman twist, butterflies, bicycles. And then we're gonna go into the plated crunches, which are fucking brutal. But enough said. Let's do this. Holy man, right into the crunch. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do that for 8. I know every set it's gonna get harder, especially because I don't have a partners today. I noticed when I was doing the face pulls and all that, I'm very much so limiting the rest when I don't have She or Andre. Like, I'll do half the rest. So I definitely feel a lot more. The more you rest, the more able you are, right? The next set, but depending on what your goal is, right? If you're trying to lift heavy, definitely want to rest quite a lot, but it's another thing to improve on, right? For your progressive overload is if you're resting typically for like 40 seconds in between sets, when you're doing a certain weight, you could rest for like 38, 35. That's still progressive overload, right? Especially if you're timing it, but sometimes people will time it too, and then they'll take like an additional 5 seconds to get the weights, put them up and stuff like that. So it's kind of a hard factor to determine. It's a lot easier when you have someone tracking it for you, but still, it's definitely another category to grow and improve on, and that's the name of the game. It's had like the biggest close call I've had in a long time of dropping shit, because there was a time I dropped the plate on my phone. Thankfully nothing happened to my phone because it wasn't a heavy plate, but this time I was doing the last set of the crunches there, and I finished it off, had the microphone in my pocket, and it fell out during my set, and I dropped the plate. Now thankfully the ground's kind of unleveled, this part, like where I'm at right now, it's kind of a little higher than where I was at there, and I was right on the edge, so the plate fell, hit the top part here but not the bottom part fully, and my mic was in just the right spot to avoid that. But I could have been fucking detrimental, because once I was done that set, I just get this plate off of me as fast as possible. So I just let it go. And if it fell on the mic, then it wouldn't have been good. But I think it's pump cover takeoff time. I'm gonna hit some more shoulder exercises, so I wanna see what I'm working with, right? Another thing is I have a new chain, because the other chain I had fucking broke. And I was putting on my work shirt yesterday. I was putting on my work shirt. I guess it was a bit of a rush, so I guess I was doing it a little quicker and, you know, a little, I guess, physical, a little harder than I should have at least. And I was putting on the shirt, put it on over my head, and the chain got caught in the corner of the shirt. And when I put the shirt down, fucking ripped my chain. Just broke the chain in half. I don't even know how it broke, to be honest with you, because I can't really determine where. But yeah, it broke. So I mean, you have to get a new chain, another first world problem, but a little annoying about that one. I don't have my fucking something to bite on to help me through those heavy reps. Now we're gonna go into some dumbbell, oh man, what's the word? Lat raise, double lateral raise. You know how I like to do it, a little differently than just the typical to the side. A little bit of a slant there. Make sure I'm getting that, get the weight up a little heavier, and also, you know, progressive overload there. Controlling the weight though. So we're doing 10 reps, so I am increasing the weight to 35 for 10 reps. Last week I did it for 30s for 12, so I am increasing it by 5 pounds, progressive overload. And then the front raise I'm sticking with 30, because the first set will fuck me up. If I get with the 35s for the front raise, I'm just gonna be swinging. It's kind of negative to do, right? I don't want to use other muscles to get a weight up that I can't particularly control, when I could just lower the fucking weight, get rid of my ego, and do it the right way. But let's get this shit done. We got the 10 reps of these. Super setting. Let's go. Pretty fucking dark right now. Probably not too dark. I feel like it's a little dark there though. Exposure and the lighting's a little messed up. Let's see how 30 looks. 30. I meant 1. It's -1. This is 30s here. Last one. I've been wanting a stringer in a long time, but I'll give you guys a little story. The first ever stringer I had was a black one. I still have it. A little different. I think it's like a legacy Gymshark apparel. But I was wearing it. Or rather, the first time I got it, I went into the gym. And, you know, I was a pretty decent size. I've been working out for a bit. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it took me courage to build up to wanting to wear even tank tops. So I got to a certain level where I was comfortable wearing a stringer. I went into the stringer. I felt like I was naked. You know, my nipples are showing. It still bothers me when my nipples show. I don't want to show off my nipples. But I was like so nervous to do it. And that's because of what other people would have thought of it, not what I thought of it. So again, it comes down to not letting the opinions of others dictate what you choose to do or choose not to do. Say fuck it, no one cared. I did it. I felt great. And you know, like I've said before, it's not egotistical. It allows you to see the muscles you're working. But yeah, got 2 more sets of this. I'm gonna push because it was pretty fucking fatiguing the first set. And I can limit the rest because I don't have any 2 partners to work with. So let's get this shit done. One of the benefits of recording, well, rather 2, one of which being when I'm recording, I know that I have to perform at my best because I have a lot of people holding me accountable when you guys are watching, right? So I have to make sure that I'm performing the exercises the way that I should be doing them. So kind of having like an audience watching you, but also the ability to look back at my footage to see what I need to improve on form-wise is also very beneficial. So definitely something I recommend. However, there is a negative to recording, and that is listening to music. Now when I first started recording, I would listen to music while I would be doing the communicating part of this. And I wasn't talking loud enough because I couldn't really gauge how loud I was talking. I also had the microphone down here, so I had to speak a lot louder than I have to now. But that was definitely one of the negatives. And I used to listen to music all the time when I was at the gym. I went through different phases actually. This is why I brought this up, because I put on a music genre called funk. You guys probably know what funk is if you're a gym rat or go to a gym. It's pretty renowned music, and it's actually the music that I would use in the videos when I initially started. But funk music, it's kind of like heavy, it's kind of like EDM, but like really intense EDM, mixed with like a little bit of anime too, I think. Which honestly, back then it was it made me feel like so good. Like it would put me in the mood to hit PRs and shit like that. But going into the workout today, I put it on, and honestly, it's just fucking annoying me. It was just boom, 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 boom. And I guess it's kind of like going through different phases, right? So I definitely like switching up my music. Sometimes I listen to heavy metal. Today I'm listening to rap specifically, but I always like to switch it up. Just give me different vibes and different feels. Like today, more of a rap day. Some days I'll feel more of a rock day. More so on the weekends, to be fair, because I don't know why. I'm just in a better mood. The rap's kind of more sedative, whereas rock kind of gets me pumped up. Shouldn't say that. They both really get me pumped up, but we're working to our last exercise today. Let me know what you guys listen to, though. I'm curious. I want to learn new genres, new songs, so let me know what you guys listen to. Always interested to learn new music and new things. But we're doing a Roman twist. I think last time I was doing 25s. I didn't particularly look, but I know I wasn't doing 30. That's why I grabbed the 30 so I can increase it. So we're gonna do that for probably about 10 reps, I would say. We'll see how the 10 reps feel, and then we'll go right into the butterflies, which we will do for 30, or 35 probably. So let's get this shit done. We got the last set of the day. We're gonna finish strong. So let's get this shit. Would have limited myself if I did 10, but form was starting to fall off around the 14, 13 rep range. It's starting to tilt, so I wanted to drop it there. Let's get this now. Yeah, the abs are definitely feeling it. Unfortunately, I don't really have a pump cover for the abs. Let's take off my shirt, but I'm not gonna do that. These blue lights are cool, but they're definitely not helping with the video. I feel like all you guys are seeing is blue reflecting off my white shirt. But we got 2 more sets of this final exercise for our superset of the day, so we want to finish just as strong as we started. So let's get this shit done. Workout is all done. Day number 23 in the books. Your boy weighed himself on the scale inside the change room there. Now obviously I was wearing all my clothes, my shoes, my jacket, all that sorts of stuff, so it's not going to be as accurate as it would be if I was naked, took a poop, and was fresh in the morning with nothing in my belly. But when I weighed myself, it's a 192, I want to say, with clothes and all that. Now I don't trust that freaking scale. I should put a plate on it to make sure that it's, you know, the right, or I mean, fuck, it's kind of hard to check that, because then what if the plate's wrong? But I do think I'm around that weight. I'm not gonna lie, I do think I'm around that 190, 185 ish. That is the goal, because I am bulking somewhat. I'm kind of reverse dieting, if anything, because your boy's always ate under the amount of calories that I'm supposed to eat at my weight and height, which is roughly 2,800. I've been eating like 2,000 on a good day. Now I'm hitting about 3,000, just under 3,000, I'd say about 2,900. So hitting around that macro range that I want to, just getting back into that. And reverse dieting, if you guys know what reverse dieting is, it's like, it has something to do with your metabolism. Essentially, like, for example, with me, I was eating 2,000 calories but not losing weight, where in retrospect, I should be losing weight because I'm supposed to eat 2,800. But because my metabolism's used to consuming that amount of calories, it's stuck at that kind of calorie range. So I'm not going to lose weight, gain weight, or anything like that. But if I did eat like a surplus, and I would, so I should see a little bit more pounds. But I guess my body's kind of doing well. I guess the diet reverse, like my metabolism's kind of going back to the way it should be. And if you guys ever find yourself in that predicament, look into reverse dieting. Like I said, I'm no coach, no expert, but I just do what works for me and what I learned from my own life experiences. But it has been working for me. I did want to also talk about what I said earlier about the haters and all that. And the tale of that and the lesson to be learned is things don't happen to you, they happen for you, right? So in this particular case, the negativity that I was receiving, rather constructive criticism, wasn't happening to me, it was happening for me, because now I learned that I got to be more specific and learn more about the muscles of the back and just of the body in general, and really be able to specify which muscles are being flexed when you're flexing. I can kind of specify when I'm working them, but when I'm flexing them, it's a little odd. So that is the lesson there. But in all around, like, you know, negative things happen to you, they happen for you, right? You can learn a lot from that shit. Typically when things go bad, there's a lot to be learned, and the only way it truly stays bad is if you don't learn from it. But enough preaching from your boy. It's day number 1 of the workout week in the books, day number 23 of the IMPETUS Strength program in the books. I hope you guys have a blessed day. If you're new, hit that sub button. We're on route to 1,000 subscribers by April 1st. We are at 781. Absolutely mind-blowing. I appreciate every single freaking one of you guys. Drop a comment down below what songs you guys like listening to in the gym. Very curious, and I will try them out when I'm going for a PR, right? So drop them down there. Can't hurt. I want to learn new songs, learn your guys' taste. And hit that post notification bell so you guys never miss a video. 4 videos a week. We're going to increase that soon. Stay tuned. IMPETUS HIIT cardio going to be coming out soon. So I've touched on that a couple times. But HIIT cardio, if you guys don't know, is the high intensity interval training. I was trying to blank there. But enough said, guys. Have a blessed day. Get to it. Get done what you guys are setting out to get done. And guys, find your impetus. Goodbye.